All right, want to get it started. 7 p.m. We'll call the meeting to order. Town of Ayer, Zoning Board of Appeals, Wednesday, June 15th. Where's my list? First item on the list is the approval of the agenda. Any changes?
I motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The agenda is approved. We have two items on the agenda. The first item is Town of Ayer Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing notice. The Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, June 15th, 2016, in Ayer Town Hall, located 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass, regarding the application by Global Montello Group Corporation for 0 Littleton Road, Assessor's Map 35, Parcel 26, Ayer, Mass. Applicant seeks a variance from Ayer Zoning Board Section 8.4.1, permanent sign section. They want two additional canopy signs on the I think the global sign's going over the diesel pumps, and they want to put mobile signs over the gas pumps. Did I get it right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, can we have the drawing? There it is. Yeah.
This is in that grassy lot.
Right next to the Ford dealers, yep. As I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, but these were on the drawings from the very beginning.
Correct.
And it just now came to light?
Correct, yeah. For the record, Hussein Sivic with MHF Design Consultants, representing Global Montello. So all along, the signs have been on the canopies. So it's, oh, yeah, this isn't gonna work.
No.
I have a laser, but
Oh, yeah.
so basically on the retail canopy in the lower left corner of the screen, it says proposed 13 square foot mobile canopy sign. That's always been on the plans, and the detail and the diesel would have a proposed 16 square foot global sign. So I think the two images were up there. Those have always been on the renderings that we had presented to both the zoning board and the planning board. We had a pre-construction meeting a few months ago, I think in April.
Yeah.
May, April.
Yeah.
And there's a new building commissioner.
Yes.
So we had all these discussions with the existing Gabe, I believe, the building commissioner. When we started the process, we presented a signage package, everything, all the plans were submitted. So the new building commissioner is interpreting that the two canopy structures are not allowed. So we went back and forth a little bit.
Wait,
with emails.
what do you mean the two canopy structures are not allowed? The
The
canopy
two
structures
the
are...
signs on the
the
two
signage on
the
the two
signage on the two. So it's not two additional canopy signs. It's just two
Right.
canopy signs. So right now they're saying we're not allowed anything. Well, not right now, but the last meeting we had, they said that we
Nothing?
weren't allowed any signs on the canopies. So that's where the confusion came on our end, because all along we were presenting the signs on the drawings that we revised numerous times throughout the whole process. So as a formality, we had to submit for the variance and come in front of you to request approval for those signs.
How many other signs are there?
None. There's one global and two mobile? Or
One mobile, one global.
One
Just
mobile,
of
one
each.
global.
So it's just the two,
Total, two.
total two.
On the canopies.
On the
Right,
There will
canopy.
be
Other
a
sign
fuel
is
sign.
what-
The other
I think.
signs comply with the regs,
Yeah.
and I guess these do not.
The,
Well, because I think you're only
What I'm-
allowed to, right?
well, that's not what I read. I'm looking, and this is obviously open for interpretation. If I look at the permitted sign usage, I'm looking at page 104, business signs for commercial, retail, or service use.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a general business district, okay? And it says number per single-use building, 2,
Right,
okay?
yeah.
So this is what we're talking about, 2.
in
But
addition to.
this is
the
a multi,
ones-
there's another section, I believe,
Yeah.
in there that expands on the multi-use building.
Well, I expect those canopies are single use.
Well, the canopy, that's what the interpretation was initially. So the building has 3 uses inside of it.
We're not, yeah, we're not talking about the
Right.
building though.
And the canopies were separate uses
That's
at
right.
the time that we had, approval for. So that's what our interpretation was all along.
That's the way I
But
interpret
there's
it.
other signage in addition to the canopies. is
Yes.
what I think, right?
Yes,
That says
and-
mobile or
On,
global.
on the building there is, but nothing on the canopies, just the one.
And what about, I think, in front of the building in the grassy?
There's a freestanding sign that
Right,
complies
there's
with
already
what-
2.
what's allowed.
That's what I'm asking. Are there already 2?
The 2 that are existing, the street sign and the one that's on the building, have their own ordinance, I guess would be a good word. They have their own, the street sign is, I think it's in a different section. It's not part of this. If I go back and look at it, the street sign, because we had this discussion once before
Correct.
about the Pepsi sign. I remember that.
Yes, I was
But
gonna.
Remember
that's
that?
a, that's a single use.
That's a single
Yeah.
use and it's got nothing to do with buildings.
Right here.
It's a separate entity. on its
That's
own,
correct.
right.
It's a separate entity altogether.
And it has 2 signs, right?
What? No, the street sign is one sign.
The Pepsi sign is the one you're talking about, right?
No, there
It's
was,
just the
well,
one-
there was 2 of them there. There was one up front and then one,
Oh,
remember
oh,
that?
okay,
There
yeah,
was
yeah,
2 of
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
okay? But because they were street signs, they were standalones, okay? It didn't fall under this because what this is for, business signs
Remember that.
for the use, yeah, it was,
I thought that was just that they were too close to the road.
That's
well,
what.
they were
They
too
were.
close to the road, but the fact of the matter is there was 2 of them there. Nobody complained about that.
Right.
This one,
You can have.
But you're allowed to have 2.
yeah, but it's got nothing to do with the building. That's what I'm saying, okay? Number per single use building, okay? Now, they have a sign on the building itself,
Yeah.
okay? One sign there.
Yes.
My interpretation, now, this is a fuel canopy. It's like a pole barn.
Yep.
So is that.
Right.
Those
That's
are
2 more.
that's a single-use building.
Those aren't buildings?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Those
are,
are-
they're pole barns.
No,
It's a canopy.
I don't think that's a building.
It's a structure.
It's a
A lot of
structure.
towns consider them structures, not.
I don't consider that a building.
Think
That's a
about-
fuel pump.
It's a canopy over fuel pumps. It's virtually the same. Do you remember the garage we did in the guy's driveway where he was putting the pole barn up?
Yes.
That
He
was a
wasn't gonna
structure.
enclose it. That was part of the deal, right?
He would not enclose it. It was part of the deal, and we considered that a sole structure. Yeah. Remember?
I think a fuel pump's different.
No, it's just a canopy over the pumps. It's got nothing to do with the
So you're
pumps.
saying that your interpretation is that each canopy could have then 2 signs?
Yeah, that's what I read.
I don't read it that way.
How do you see it?
I read it that per single use, if the use is a gas station, you get 2 signs for gas. If there's also donuts and coffee, you get 2 signs for donuts and coffee. If it also has a mini mart, you get 2 signs for your mini mart. And that's it, because otherwise I'm gonna go plaster my building up on Washington Street with about 30 counseling signs.
I can speak for the building department where that's their interpretation here, where it says number per multi-use building, that's a multi-use building.
Yeah.
So they're saying the freestanding sign is 1, then on the building
Building
is
is
2.
2.
So to have 2 more signs on the site, you need variances because they're already
That's why we're here.
right. That's how they interpreted it.
Okay.
And I remember this coming in front of us, remember when, oh, you weren't
I
on
weren't
board
on
yet,
the board.
okay.
No.
When
They've
there
come in
was-
front of us a few times.
Yeah,
Right.
remember the very first time, and all the neighborhood was
Right.
here?
Was that the time of the fire station?
Yes,
Yeah.
and everyone was freaking out because of the light,
Right.
that this was gonna, these are lit signs from what I assume.
If I
Now,
may,
these
I
would
was
be-
at that meeting, I was at that meeting at the fire station, if I may, at some point.
Go on.
I think part of the issue here is not just that they're signs, but that they generate light. And from my understanding, it's a 24-hour facility, gas station, fueling up, mini mart, coffee. So from my understanding from previous meetings is that these are not just gonna be signs, these are gonna be lit signs. So we're talking now about 4 lit signs. And there's
Two.
Two more, okay.
2 more, so a total of 4 lit signs just for gas. And you've got lots of residential homes around it.
Well,
I mean, I'm just, we have to remember that that's part of what the issue is here with the signage.
Well, but is that,
the signage that I see there is pointing to the street, not to the housing in the back. The only lighting you deal with around the back is the pole lighting.
I don't know what their design is for their lighting.
So we went through this with the planning board. We went through numerous meetings with them on the lighting, landscaping, everything. And again, these signs were presented all throughout the whole process.
Yep.
So again, they're on the canopy. They're not at the dispenser itself. So there's dispensers with canopy columns and then a roof over your head as you're fueling. So in my opinion, that's a structure because we had to comply with building setbacks for those canopies. So all along, again, initial discussions, we presented the signage that we were looking for. There were no concerns. Town comments didn't come back with any concerns on the signage that was presented. So all along, we thought everything was fine. Until, again, like I said, about 2 months ago, we had a pre-construction meeting. So they're getting ready, to start construction out there. And we were told that the signs are not allowed.
okay.
So again, they're small signs on the canopy facing the street advertising the gas, basically.
I
So,
have a question. Who told you that they're not allowed? Who
so after the
planning board or?
No, the planning board, we went through, we have
Okay, so
approval.
who
So we were at
told
a
you-
pre-construction meeting with town staff. So the new building
The
inspector
building inspector said that.
indicated, yeah, because
Okay,
it's
so,
zoning
so
now.
my question is, the building inspector said you needed a variance. Did he mention lighting? Or was he
No.
specifically talking about?
The
no?
signage,
It's-
the signage on the
Okay,
canopy.
so the lighting, I can't look at the lighting because that wasn't part of the rejection process, right?
That's a
Okay.
planning board issue,
Right.
the site plan.
Okay, so we're basically just talking about whether or not we consider the golden arches there with, as structures.
The gold.
No, I'm just talking about the
Oh.
pumps. I mean, do we consider them structures, right? Isn't that what it boils down to?
They're not buildings.
Well, it
It says
By
building,
definition.
not structure. Building.
The definition of a building has walls.
Do you want to hear from the public?
we have public input.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to address a little bit of concern.
Could-
You did mention
Could you state your name, please?
Jason Langley, I'm over on Myrick Street. My property is actually going to be up on the hill that's directly facing this gas station. Back at the fire station, they presented their lighted signs as an issue. And I made it very clear at that time that variance on those signs is going to put light directly through the windows where my children try to sleep at night. I am up on the hill directly, directly in front of it. You mentioned small signs. Was that 16 feet, 13 feet? What were the size of those signs? And I'm assuming they're going to be LED?
Internally illuminated sign.
So those are substantial signs with substantial light. And I'm going to bring up the light factor because I have not received any notification from the board committee to address these concerns about the lighting of any signs that they do put up there. So when the public's not getting notified of every little meeting that's going on where they're asking for variances and exceptions.
This is the only one.
So then the lighting should be part of the meeting then. To say you're going to exclude the lighting as part of that It should be part and
Now, is
parcel
that
too,
Well-
because it comes with the signs.
That's planning board.
Well, what happens is when they take the plans and they take it to the planning board, they go through the review process. The planning board says this does or does not meet. We agree with this or we don't agree with it. If you have a disagreement or something does not meet the town bylaws, town requirements, it ends up here. And they specifically address what part of our code is in violation.
In my view of the matter, they were told that meeting at the fire station, they had to comply with the sign restrictions. At that meeting, I found their representative very insulting to turn around and say our town's laws were antiquated and did not meet their needs, and we should change those laws. And you can go back into the records, because that is exactly what they said, and that has stuck with me this whole time since that meeting. This, to me, feels like a way to circumvent that meeting at the fire station and to add more lighting in the area. You do not need a mobile sign, you do not need a global sign. We're well aware there is a gas station. You can tell that by the sign on the road. There is no necessity needed for any additional signs. And I agree with the council that these are not structures, they are convenience. They are a canopy over a gas pump. I've been to many gas stations that do not have canopies over them. So there's not a necessity. I don't see how it could be considered a structure that warrants 2 additional signs. And I certainly don't see why these signs are needed to add more light pollution to an area that's already going to be overlit, over noise polluted with all the extra traffic of trying to get in and out of it. This company has not offered the neighborhood any benefit to their being there. All they've done is presented more challenges and more inconveniences to us. So I do speak for the residents of the area when I say we don't need another gas station in the area, and we don't feel that we should be making any acceptances to them. If it's part of the law, they should be following it if they want to be there.
Thank you.
Can I answer anything?
By all means.
Myrick Lane is behind the site, I assume?
Yes.
Way behind the site?
Not behind, to the side of it.
It's
Right.
not Myrick Lane, that's
It's not.
Harvard, it's Myrick Street.
Adjacent to the site? So
Yes.
these signs would be facing Route 2A, Littleton Road. The signage, the lighting, I should say, the lighting plan was done, presented to the planning board a number of times, revised to comply with the town bylaws. Lighting was an issue. We planted a considerable amount of landscaping around the perimeter of this property. I think you're aware of that part of it. I didn't bring those plans, but considerable amount of landscaping. We went back and forth again with the planning board. So we have been in front of planning boards. We've come to the zoning board a number of times. I unfortunately was not at the fire department meeting that's being discussed, so I don't know who made those comments. But I've been involved since then with the whole process. Again, lighting, I believe, we're replacing a fence, we're raising around the perimeter of the site, we're berming it up, putting landscaping there to shield the abutters from any lighting spillover from this property. The lighting is all shielded, downward lighting. So we've addressed the lighting concern, I believe, fully through the planning board process. Again, this came up at the pre-construction meeting that, we're getting ready to get our building permits issued. And again, the signs, these 2 signs on the canopies are not, very bright signs that are gonna, shine backwards towards anyone. So they were again presented throughout the whole process. If it were a concern up front, I don't know about the fire department meeting. That was before we formally submitted anything to the zoning board or the planning board, I believe.
It was withdrawn.
It was withdrawn, right? No votes.
So there was a meeting in
This was
August
in
of 2014.
October, I think.
There was a lot of,
October.
there was a request for
We submitted in
multiple
August. August. In October, there was a meeting.
Right, and at that time, I think it was presented by your counsel.
The attorney.
Yeah.
the attorney,
He was the
yeah.
one who made that comment.
So, yeah, I'm not,
That was a hot meeting.
It was
Okay.
right, and I
I
believe
heard
it might have
about
been
it.
the initial,
I was on vacation, so I wasn't
We're
at that
lucky.
meeting. So. But I've been involved for 2 years on the rest of it, so. But again, we did go through, you know, the approval process that we needed to go through. Again, these are signs on a canopy that in our opinion was a structure. And when we initially had the discussions with the building inspector at the time, he was okay with the signage because I met with him upstairs, presented our plans, we went over the signage, and everything was fine, again, until April when we had a pre-construction meeting.
Do you know the size of the sign that will be on the road?
It's 40 square feet, which is allowed by code.
Yeah.
So that initially at the August meeting, I think they were going for like 100 square foot sign, like a huge sign. So we scaled that back. They were going for, there was a few variances on
it was
the
the diesel
diesel,
pumps, right.
which,
Yeah, I remember that. I
Scaled
was in it for that one, yeah.
Right.
They went from
That
four,
was
it went from
original-
4 to 2?
went from 5 retail dispensers to 4 up
Okay,
front,
yeah.
and then,
To keep the
The
space
two truck.
between them.
yep, to keep the 32, and then the diesel, we reduced
I
one.
think we had a meeting at the fire station, we have one upstairs on this.
Yes.
So this is your third time before the zoning board, isn't it?
Yes,
At least
at
third.
least
Maybe
since I've
fourth.
been here in October of 24th.
We came back to the zoning board for something else
Yeah.
last year. I can't remember now for what.
Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah, no,
this
I
is
came
the
back
fourth.
for the diesel dispensers,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and we didn't get that. So we
Remember that.
modified the plan.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that it's enough signage for a gas station to already have the two, I mean, a 40 square foot sign's big. And to have one on the building, I think it's enough. I think it's enough signage. I think it's overkill.
Why, do you know why they want 2 different signs up there? I mean, I know they're trying to identify a brand.
Right.
That's it?
It's a branding image, yeah.
Yeah.
And the global is geared more towards the diesel
Yeah, I
and the
know.
mobile product.
I don't see a hardship. They already have 2 signs, big ones. It's a very visual area already.
This would look great
I
by
could
an
understand if it
interstate
were
highway.
way back. And,
If this was
how's
an
it gonna
interstate
define
highway,
this?
then it would be wonderful.
But it's
Do,
not, it's, I mean, it's business, but it is mixed.
do you know if, when you went through your pre-construction meeting, are there any more of these things laying out there? Any more of these issues that we're not aware
I
of?
triple checked.
Yeah.
So really,
And it's not. Because I can speak for Robert, was not thrilled when this came about. I think it was the second set of eyes on it that upstairs.
I
So,
get it.
there's nothing more. I mean, once this gets resolved or not, I mean, they can pull their permits to start.
Well,
Again, the structures are set back.
oh, I
It's more of
understand.
a-
You meet the requirements, I understand it. Right? That's not the question at all. I mean, it's been vetted. Literally beat to death. Well, John?
Well, the planning board says he needed a variance.
No,
The
No.
building inspector.
the building
The building
inspector.
inspector.
The
okay.
planning board went along
Okay,
with it.
so the planning board says you need a variance.
no,
No,
building inspector did.
building inspector.
Okay.
Planning board didn't say a thing.
The point is, he said you need a variance, and is that because those are not considered, was it structures or buildings?
Yeah.
Buildings.
I mean, we need a clarification of what those are, and secondly, you know, variances are based on hardships, and I don't particularly see a hardship.
I mean, I think if we're going to talk about the buildings, as you said, you had.
You should, sorry,
No, go ahead.
What?
he has the definition of a building.
All right, what
Versus the structure. building is a structure enclosed with exterior walls or firewalls, exterior walls or firewalls built, erected, and framed in combination with materials, etc.
Then it's not a building.
Having a roof. It's a structure.
It's a structure, but it's not a building.
Just for the clarification.
So that part of the rule doesn't apply. That part of the,
So they can put signs on the structures in addition to whatever's on the building, is that what we're saying?
no,
That's,
that's exactly what we're not saying.
that's why he's here.
Yeah,
So per site, you're allowed in a multi, two. They've got
Yes.
one on freestanding on the building, so that's two, and they wanna put on the canopy, so that brings it. Oh, they're seeking just, not on definitions of buildings, they're seeking on number of signs.
number of signs, they want 2 more signs.
Okay, so then what's the hardship if they don't get their signs?
It's just, you're not branding the gas. So it's a mobile gas station. I understand we have the freestanding sign, but beyond that, there's no branding of the gasoline at the canopies.
Other than on the pump itself?
On the pump, you'll have a small,
I mean, I can only think of every single gas canopy that I've ever driven by always has some kind of branding. I mean, just on 2A, right? You got the Exxon. I know it's on the sign. It's on the building. A little further down the road, that mobile is on the sign out front.
they all have
It's
it,
on
yeah.
the canopy. I mean, I realize that we have to find a hardship here, but I'm certainly leaning towards granting a variance like this, just based on this being an industry standard. And I know we don't like the word like antiquated and things like that, but
There's no hardship, I agree with you. It's a commercial issue, whether or not it's branded. Mike's absolutely right, I haven't seen a canopy that's not branded. It's what they do, it's how they do it. Does that mean that we need to do that as well? No.
Do you believe that all these canopies are branded by actual signage other than just the words painted on the canopy?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they could also modify, I mean, if canopy is industry standard, then get rid of the one on the building, or get rid of the one on the street, in my view. I mean, if that is an industry standard, I don't know that it's an industry standard to have it other places.
Well, if you take a look down the street at the mobile station, the canopy has got mobile all over it, the store's got mobile all over it, and they got a street sign that's got mobile all over it. So, and granted, these all came about before,
Right, grandfather,
they were all grandfathered in. The Gulf station's the same way.
right.
The
So I
Exxon
would say
station
that
over on the back road's the same
The
way.
town came up with this for a reason, because people don't like that, particularly if there's housing that's near business. If I lived next door to it, I wouldn't like it, whether it's standard or not. And I think we're ready for a vote.
All right,
Well, I haven't heard what Ron mentioned.
I did.
Sorry, I heard Ron.
He said it. He already said it. I heard what he said. You want to make a motion? Make a motion.
I make a motion that we do not.
well, hold on one second. Do you want to withdraw? I think we need to present that as an option, right? I mean,
No.
we don't have to present the opportunity to withdraw. Okay.
For what purpose?
Because you can't come back, really.
You can't, yeah.
Yeah, we can't come back
It's
for.
not that it's like you
Signage
could
or
reduce the size or anything.
My bad.
Yeah. I make a motion that we do not grant the 2 requested variances.
One requested variance for 2 signs.
I make a motion that we do not grant the 1 requested variance for the 2 additional signs in the gas station. All those
Motion on the floor is not
to
grant the variance.
not,
Yes.
To deny the variance.
to deny the
Deny
variance.
variance. Very good.
Then do I say all those in favor?
No, I
Okay,
do that.
You do that, thank you.
Yeah, you got, somebody's got a
Good.
second.
Okay.
Second motion.
All those in favor of denying the variance?
Aye.
Aye. Michael?
Nay.
Variance is not granted.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okey dokey. Somebody make a motion to close that public hearing?
I motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I know.
let's continue on real quick. While everybody's here, before anybody goes anywhere for any length of time, I want to talk about reorganization of the board. You weren't here last time.
Right. And I apologize for that, guys.
No, that's fine. We have a couple choices. Somebody wants to take over his chair, okay? If you want to leave me on for another year, that's okay too. However, whatever you'd like to do. We talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
You were gone last time.
Did anybody say that they want to take over as chair?
We
No.
didn't discuss it really.
Oh, okay.
No, I said I liked you as chair.
Thank you.
And I would second that.
All right. You want me to stay? I'll stay.
You know what you're doing.
I try.
Take charge, guy.
All right, that's good.
I'll make a motion that you remain as the chair for another year.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Would you like to stay as vice?
I would if you guys will have it.
Yes.
I'll make a motion. We keep Michael as
Wait, we
vice.
gotta vote on the first motion.
Okay.
Yeah,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
First one.
Okay.
and then you,
I make a motion. We keep Michael as vice chair.
Second?
All those in favor? Good. Thank you. That's done.
and clerk,
And clerk.
Oh, yeah. Would you stay clerk?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I make a motion to keep Chris as clerk.
Second.
Aye.
Change is good.
Well, gee, you're safe. You made it another year.
I don't like changes.
Okay. One last item. Did everybody see the minutes for May 18th?
I did. So
I didn't.
can we just go over that? I mean, just real quick. I saw that folks from Shirley Street came back.
Yes.
And so did they change what they had initially?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's when I saw the minutes. I was like, they must have.
I got it. Yes, they did. They reduced it. We went through quite a discussion about it, and we accepted it.
Okay. Yeah, I drove by that lot this weekend and I said, oh, I saw.
No,
it
we
on
did.
schedule.
It proved a hardship to the owner,
Okay.
so we went with it.
Okay. Great.
Yep. Okey-doke. Motion?
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from
May 18th?
May 18th, 2016,
As published.
as published.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's that. All right.
Wednesday, July 20th. I will be in Aruba on my honeymoon.
Really?
Okay, we'll have the meeting there.
Exciting.
Perfect. Yeah, come on. Yeah, everybody get a flight.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
and I'll email, we don't have anything on the docket yet.
Okay.
I'll certainly keep you aware.
All right. One more motion?
Adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.